Egyptians.
Hello and welcome to the news at Wen. Wen, ancient Egyptian times, over 3,000 years ago, when the ruler of Egypt was a 9-year-old boy called Tutankhamun. He had a very strange family. For more details, here's Bob Hale with the Pharaoh Report.
Thank you, Sam. Well, it's 1341 BC, and we're over here in ancient Egypt, where a wickle baby has just been born. And his name is Tutankhamun, though he's also known as Tutankhamen, Tutankhamon, Tutankhaten, Amenhotep, and Steve, and King Tut, though probably not Steve. And King Tut's dad was also a king, a pharaoh called Akhenaten. At least we think that's his dad. It's very hard to be sure because it was so long ago that no one can really remember. Not even my Nan, and she's really old, though she certainly doesn't look it. Love you, Nan. What we do know is that when King Tut was just 6 years old, Akhenaten died. Yes, his daddy became a mummy, which is a very complex operation. And King Tut's big brother Smenki becomes pharaoh, and then promptly dies, only to be replaced by his sister Nefi, who then promptly dies, meaning that at just 9 years old, Tutankhamun becomes pharaoh, which I think is fair enough. All right, no more jokes. Of course, running a country is no job for a 9-year-old because it's far too boring. So King Tut's uncle turns up, a chap called Ai, and he says he will keep an eye on things. Sorry, forgot. So Uncle Ai runs the country so that King Tut can get on with doing all the fun stuff that kids do, like playing games, going to school and getting married. Yep, getting married. And if you thought that was weird, to keep his royal bloodline pure, his new wife is also his sister. And she used to be his stepmom, so it's double. Anyway, King Tut grows up, Uncle Ai hands over power to Mr. and Mrs. Tut, and they rule Egypt together as husband and wife, mum, sister, and that's the end of that. Or so we thought, but the history books tell us that Uncle Ai didn't want to give up power, so he killed King Tut by bashing him on the head, a little something like that. Yep, that'll do it. Except that didn't do it. No, it turns out the history books got it wrong, and King Tut actually died from an infected broken leg, leaving poor old Mrs. Tut with a broken heart and the crown of Egypt, which of course Uncle Ai wants for himself. And how does he plan to get it? Well, by marrying Mrs. Tut, even though she's his granddaughter, which is times this much. Woo! But Mrs. Tut has other ideas. She decides to marry a foreign prince called Zenanza instead because he's got such a cool name. But sadly, Zenanza gets cold feet. Cold everything, in fact, because he dies. Yes, killed on his way to Egypt by a very jealous Uncle Ai, who then finally marries his granddaughter, and they live happily ever after, ruling Egypt together for ages and ages, and that is definitely the end of that.
This unit is perfectly suited for Year 7 students at Morayfield High School, as they are required to make use of problem-solving skills, independent thinking, and technology. Students will make real-world connections through their learning and participate in authentic learning activities that will allow them to connect to their learning. This unit supports an integrated curriculum that will guide students through their learning and provide opportunities for cooperative and collaborative work. Throughout this ancient Egyptian history unit, students will focus on one key inquiry question: what emerged as the defining characteristics of ancient Egyptian societies? So, by the end of the unit, students will be able to answer that question and identify the characteristics and how they came to be. Students will be working within their zone of proximal development to ensure authentic, meaningful learning is taking place. This will allow the students to find interest and value within the unit. The assessment for this unit allows students to have a say in how they choose to research and organise their ideas. The formative assessment will be a collection of student learning activities throughout the unit. This formative assessment will enable the teacher to understand the student's progress and provide quality, constructive feedback. Students will be working towards their final summative assessment, which is an exam that will cover the learning within the unit. Our formative and summative assessment considers all of Gardner's multiple intelligences and allows for adjustments to be made to suit the needs of all learners.